What's up, sexy people? Happy Friday. What y'all got going on this Friday? What y'all doing? Hey, J Love B. Thank you. What up, Walt? What up, Sharita? Pretty Wings. What's up, Lisa Lane? Grown Folks Music. Thank you for supporting Grown Folks Music. That's a good album. You guys, it's on iTunes right now. I actually own the masters to it. And so if you support that, guess what? We actually get a check for it. Oh, shout out to Sony too. I just want to say shout out to them for their new initiative. That's helping be more transparent with artists and whatnot. Hey, thank you for supporting Brownstone. I hope you're following at Brownstone Official. Y'all got any questions for me? I'm here to answer some questions today. You see me commenting on your post a lot. Hey, what's up? What's up? I am Kingstar. Thank you for supporting. You guys, thank y'all for hey, Lisa Lane. Absolutely, I'm always gonna speak. You guys, BNC had a really good. Was that an accident? Ooh, that's an accident with a big rig. Ooh, that looks crazy. BNC had a great show last night. They were talking about reality TV. They were just talking about how black women are so responsible for driving the culture, creating these amazing shows, and obviously not getting paid for it. So we working on it, you guys. I'm never gonna stop fighting the good fight. I'm always going to do it. Somebody asked me, will I ever do reality TV again? Yes, I will. Absolutely, I would do reality TV again, but I would only do reality TV if I owned the show or co-owned the show with somebody. That's why we started our network. I feel like, at this point, especially at 51, about to be 52 in July, time out for letting somebody else control my narrative and tell my story. That's what they were talking about yesterday on BNC. Just talking about how, black women are always the root of all of these stories and these reality TV shows and creating all this content, and we don't benefit from the wealth. People making billions and billions of dollars. Reality TV is like the cheapest form of television to make. A lot of people don't know. That's why I left R&B Divas, because it was just turning into some ratchet shit. And I'm just like, listen, if y'all want me to fight on TV, y'all gotta pay me Floyd Mayweather money, right? You can fight if it doesn't matter. Well, I don't think anybody should fight. I guess I'm gonna take that back. But I'm saying, at least if you choose to get on reality TV and act the fool, at least get paid for that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna actually start rewatching the R&B Divas episodes, and I want to watch them with y'all. So we'll start doing that on our YouTube channel and our Worth TV channel. You guys, our Worth TV channel was supposed to be an app, but it's not an app because just to be all the way real with y'all, I've had to redirect my investment from building my digital platform to fighting for my intellectual property rights that have been stolen. And it's hard. I know y'all be like, damn, this just always been, but yeah, it's difficult when you wake up every morning knowing that you've been, for the greater part of a year, paying a lawyer thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month, pretty much, to fight people worth billions of dollars. And unfortunately, that's just what you have to do. That's the reason why I get on here and I vent and I cuss motherfuckers out from time to time. But you guys are gonna hear about it. The countdown has begun. You're definitely gonna hear about it. I can't believe you saw my comment. I was trying to screen record you saying my name, but it was too late. Okay, I am Kingstar. But yeah, so I was setting up my digital platform, and during COVID, and then I looked up and saw my whole shit on TV, right? So when that happened, I had to redirect my energy and my focus, and I had to focus my energy on fighting for my intellectual property rights. So you guys saw my rant about that. I'm not gonna spend the day ranting about that today. But yes, I have absolutely been stolen from, and I have to unfortunately pay people a whole lot of money for those rights. And that's just how it goes. That's why it happens to so many people. You know, it happens to so many people because it costs tens of thousands of dollars to just start the process of suing somebody. And it's so frustrating. And then you fall for the okie doke, right? Because, you know, it turns into conversations. Yeah, let's see how we can amicably resolve this. And then that shit don't go nowhere. So then you just wasted a whole bunch of money for no reason doing that. And then you have to go and invest what ultimately could become hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, it's, you know, getting close to hundreds of thousands of dollars to find. I'm sorry, to litigate. It's terrible. So I'm glad networks like BNC and other places are opening up the conversation about black women and our intellectual property rights. I wish black women could get some of that love that the LGBTQIA community, that protection that community gets. I mean, I'm glad they get it because they absolutely deserve it. But black women deserve it too, right? You know, it's unreal how many lawsuits and how many demand letters and how many cease and desist letters that if you're not somebody who's just going to let somebody roll over you, that you have to file. It's crazy. It's bananas. And I'm just not being silent about it anymore. You know, we live in a different world. We live in a different world where you can share what you're going through and be transparent with people. And I'm going to do just that. So I am, what's going on up here? So I'm documenting. I've been documenting for a year. You guys, this series is going to be great because it's showing all the crazy shit that I have had to go through over the last year, right? And I think people are going to learn from it. I'm definitely not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to be real transparent because that's how people learn, you know. People learn from watching others go through trials, and, you know, at least that way you won't be blindsided if you're ever in a situation where you have to spend tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars in litigation, right? I'm not happy about it, but I work every single solitary day to pay my attorneys because I'm just not going to roll over unless somebody take my shit, period. I'm going, every time I can get on this mug and share what I'm going through, I'm going to get on this mug and share it. And in about, very soon, y'all going to know exactly who I'm talking about, exactly what I'm talking about. And we're going to keep talking about it until these people decide that they're going to respect the 17 years that I put into building this brand that they just decided, you know, they were going to just take and make a whole lot of money from. So, yeah, I'm going to be very vocal about it. And I'm glad to see that black news networks and black news channels and other places are starting to shed light on this. A lot of people are reluctant to be honest and transparent because, you know, they feel like, oh, you know, you don't want to talk about that because, you know, somebody could blackball you. Man, fuck a blackball. How about that? Eat a black, you know what? I don't care. I would rather fight it and be known as someone who did not just roll over and have people just take their shit and do what they wanted to do with it and make millions and millions of dollars from it. I would rather be known as a fighter. I would rather be known as the person that you just, you know, can't piss on and tell them it's raining. Fuck being famous. I'm sorry. Put your earmuffs on, but that's where I'm at. So this is going to be a year of transparency and a year of authenticity and being raw and straightforward and honest, because I think people learn more from that than they do from all of the fluff and the, oh, well, you know, be cool because in that way. And it's, you know, another thing, it's real surprising to me how many people that you think are like raw dogs and really about this life are actually afraid to stand up for themselves. I'm not one of those people, no matter what. So I'm going to keep paying these thousands of dollars, even if I got to go be a hoe on the stroll. But hoes is winning these days, and strippers, and, you know, twerking and popping and locking and dropping and shut up. You said down in the valley. Woo! So, I mean, you know, might just have to go on ahead and drop it like it's hot so I can finish paying these lawyer bills. But, you know, it's no joke, y'all. I'm not sugarcoating this. And I don't know how we doing it. I don't know how we've done it for this last year, but I am paying a whole lot of money that I don't have. I'm not fronting. I'm just figuring it out to fight for something that somebody flat out stole. But this is what I can promise you. What I can promise you is when you see the evidence that I got, when you see all the stuff that I've got, you will be clear that they stole my shit. I've just been being politically correct for too damn long, as far as I'm concerned. I've been being wouldn't you say we've been being politically correct for too long, babe? Oh, he said I have. My husband ain't the one. He's not here for none of it. But yeah, y'all, it's get your popcorn. Make sure you guys are registered at worthtv.com, because this Diary of a Diva, I was looking at the footage, and that's part of the reason why, you know, I get on these lives and I'll be like, whew, I'm about to just run it. Because when I look at the bills that I have to pay, when I go back and I look at this footage that the editors are editing, when I look at what I've been going through, when I look at the conversations that I've had to have about this, you know, litigation for the third motherfucking time, it just infuriates me. I'm a human being. It just really infuriates me. And it especially infuriates me because, you know, we're talking about people who go around talking about they're rooting for black women and they're being transparent and, you know, they're really looking out for us, and it's some bullshit. They're not. We don't have the protections that the LGBTQIA community have. Black women don't have it. Black women get treated like shit every single day. We demand respect in this industry. We demand that people pay us what we're worth, and we're bitches, or we're difficult, or you're never going to work in this town again. Some of us don't give a shit about that part. You know what I'm saying? It's an independent world. Streaming platforms are available to us. Getting our stuff out independently is made available to us. Just like they said on the BNC network, we have to get into the practice of setting up and creating our own table. You know, I'm building this thing from the bottom up, and I'm clear that the saying is build it and they will come, not they will come and build it with you. Be clear. Build it and they will come, not they will come and build it with you. So any young entrepreneurs out there in these streets trying to make something happen, just understand that it is indeed build it and they will come, not they will come and build it with you. People usually come after it's built. But back to this litigation that I'm finna be on all the time, right? Sometimes the only thing that you can do outside, again, paying your lawyer thousands and tens of thousands of dollars a month, and that's just real. The only other thing you can do is make sure that the people who support you, the people who are in support of what is right, know what is going on every step of the way, which is why we're doing this Diary of the Diva series, which is why I'm showing y'all the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's one scene y'all gonna be like, oh the Lord Jesus. I just let it all out. I just let it all out because it's difficult, you know, to go through a pandemic, to go through losing both your parents, to go through losing your best friend in the world, to go through losing a franchise, R&B Divas, that you created, to now have to fight for your copyrights from a large, successful company that just is making all kind of money off of your story, and to be in a situation where the only thing you can do, you got two options. You can either sit back, let them take your shit, let them make your money, struggle, figure out how to make it happen, or you can struggle figure out how to come up with a couple $100,000 to sue the shit out of the motherfuckers. And I've decided that that's what I'm going to do. And I'm clear that it's a task. Trust me, I've been going through hell, y'all. For the last year, I have been going through hell. I've been wearing it well, but I have been going through HELL because I have been fighting. This is David and Goliath. This is Nikki and Goliath. And I haven't said shit about it. People closest to me know what I've been going through with these people. The people closest to me know that I have been literally fighting for my livelihood. Again. That's why y'all see me get on here and do these rants. Because you just got to let the shit out. My TMJ has been so bad. Ain't nobody making no money but the lawyers. Well, the lawyers and the people who stole my shit. And yeah, I mean, you know I gotta wait for the judge and for the jury and for all those people to, you know, look at it and tell me, you know, that the sky is blue. I know I have to do that. I am letting the lawyers do their job, but sometimes you just gotta let the shit out. Sometimes you just gotta let the people know what the hell you're going through. And it's just disrespectful. It's dishonorable. Those people know we went and sat down and had a whole meeting about my shit years before I looked up and saw my shit on their fucking network winning. Those people know that the beginning, middle, and end of their shit is the same beginning, middle, end of my shit that I wrote and copy wrote in 2005. Those people know that I have to come up with hundreds of thousands of dollars to fight their asses in the middle of a fucking pandemic. But they should also know that I'm gonna figure that shit out no matter what. Period. Yeah, I'm in my feelings. I took my grandson to school this morning. He was like, Nana, when is your case gonna be done? Fucking 6 years old. When he was born in 2015, I was in a litigation with R&B Divas because they just took my shit and was like, sue us. Now he is about to be 7, and for the greater part of the year, I'm in another litigation with who just want to take my bed. So yeah, so it is what it is. I mean, I'm going to win. That's not the question. The question is, you know, people, well, did you file your copyright? Yes, I filed my copyrights. Yes, I met with them. Yeah, we sat down and had a whole conversation about the shit. And they just decided they was going to take it and do what they wanted to do with it. And I was just going to have to figure out a way to fight for it. And the gag is, they're not the only people that I have to sue. I got a whole freaking... I got content that's just streaming in places and people are just like, oh, well, fuck you, sue us. And that's what we have to do. You know what I mean? And, all right, so it's time for me to go inside of here. It's probably best that it's time for me to go in here. But yeah, I'm suing the shit out of these people. It's difficult, it's hard, it's frustrating. It pisses me off that I have to spend all this money. But I'm gonna spend it. Every dime. Like I said, I don't care if I gotta become a stripper my damn self. Okay, that was a lot, but y'all know what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like I'm sick and tired of people just taking advantage of black women. Sick and tired of people using our gifts and our talents and just deciding that they're gonna just take some shit from us. I'm sick of it. And I'm not gonna stand by and let it happen. And I'm going to use my platform, every opportunity that I have, to bring awareness to the atrocities that are happening in our community. Because they're making tons and tons and tons and tons of money all over the world based on an idea that came out of this head, that they know came out of this head. Now we got to go sit up in court and let somebody else figure it out. But once y'all see all of this stuff that's being filed as we speak, y'all will be clear. They took my shit. When you're trying to build legacy and you're trying to build generational wealth and you're trying to, get rid of curses that have plagued the industry and black artists for years, and you make the decision to fight, you just got to stick it out. And I'm that girl. And I get confused because I look back and I look at Lena Horne and I look at, Billie Holiday, and I look at, all these, greats from back in the day that stood for something, that fought against inequality and racial injustice. And I look at artists today who have a whole lot more money, a whole lot more influence, a whole lot more access to their fans. And they just like, long as I'm getting my bag, I'm good. And I mean, I can't complain about the fight that someone else is not prepared to have. Well, I can, because especially when it impacts our community the way that it does, right? It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I am really disappointed to see the number of people who just take the scraps and trade their souls, for lack of a better word, for fame, and don't stand up for what's right, and don't stand up for the community, and don't stand up for the images and the narratives. It's like, you guys, I'm not driving and talking. I'm in a carpool line. So for those of you who are like, she's driving and ranting, I'm not. I'm just kind of moving up. Even though technically I shouldn't be behind the wheel on it. But, carpool. We at a standstill. But, yeah, it's very frustrating. It is so very frustrating to see that we allow people to control our narratives, control our images, to dictate who we are to the world, to put us in scenarios where we have to fight. Like, you want to be on a reality TV show today, you can't just get on a reality TV show and brand your business and, show the world how to build a business and you can't, like, you look at the home improvement shows and you see, these folks, and they, are showing you how they flip houses and how they go in and they turn some, our community can't see 90s R&B artists and artists from the past, what it took for them to build. Every story is tragic. Every story is, oh, they died because of drugs. Oh, they were, molested. Like, every story, if you really go back and you examine the stories that are out with 90s R&B artists, with artists from the 70s and the 80s, it's all tragic. They're all, like, most of them are just tragic. They lost everything. They died broke. That isn't the case in other communities. That ain't the case with white people. When you look at the number of artists that are actually working in the industry as executives, that actually have the power to make decisions about the content that our community sees, the artists who have paid their dues. Like, how NFL players and NBA players can be correspondents on ESPN, and they, can be coaches and shit like that. What 90s R&B artist, female, what hip hop artist has power at the executive level at a network or at a record company? None. When you're talking about inequality, when you're talking about injustice, when you're talking about, shit like that, they have the power to shut your shit down and change your reach. That's why it's so important, again, for us to build our own platforms, because it's not fair. If I was beating somebody's ass, if I was cussing somebody out, if I was twerking, if I was, doing some other shit, then everybody would be able, it would be real easy. It frustrates the hell out of me, because all we're trying to do over here is help the community. All we're trying to do is empower people and educate people. And, yeah, but I'm not going to pick no fight with social media, because you look up, I already noticed that my follower count is decreasing. Like somebody ain't got the power to just pick up the phone and call their friends over at Instagram and everywhere else and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Come on, we know what it is. And it's frustrating, but we're gonna keep pushing through. Karma is definitely coming to the thieves and the liars and the people who prevent the good word from getting out to the good people. That's why I need y'all to go to Worth TV. Every time I mention Worth TV, WIRFTV.com, it don't really go nowhere, because what am I doing? I'm encouraging people to go to the table that we are setting for ourselves. So please, y'all, go to that table, because I'm just not gonna pretend like it's okay to treat black women, black people, the black community, the way so many people believe it's okay to treat us. There aren't enough artists, there aren't enough creatives, there are not enough women out here in powerful position at these networks, at these studios, at these record companies. Y'all, I'm 51 years old. Fuck being famous. I said it, and I'll say it again, Mr. and Mrs. Algorithm. Fuck being famous. I am operating on purpose because I understand what the quest for fame has done to our people. Guys, I'm in carpool. I need my grandson's energy so bad right now, because I tell you, I am, you know, like I said, we human. And I'm in a situation where I'm ready to go AWOL. I'm not going to do it because, you know, I know how to count to 10. But I'd be ready to just, you know, how you doing? And I smile for the people at school. They gonna look at my life and be like, oh, bitch, that's what you was talking about. But I'm a human being. And when I look around and I see how awful this entertainment industry has become. I mean, it's just real. Like, seriously, y'all, we just gonna cut the shit. Keep it real. If you are a talented person in the world, right, and you want to share your talent with the world, y'all act like my lips ain't dry. That's why I keep doing the LL. And you want to do it based on your talent, like we used to do back in the day. Do you really think that a person can win just only being talented? Do you think that a person can get major endorsements from major companies? Do you think that a person can really just be successful by just being talented? Or do you think that you got to show your ass? You got to twerk. You got to beat somebody's ass. You've got to cuss somebody out. Like, I cuss just as good as the next person. I be mad as hell. And although I never use my skills, I can fight. I can do a lot of stuff. I choose not to do it because it is not the right thing to do. But I work and live and try to function in an industry where people constantly want to drag that out of you. And not only do they want to drag that out of you, they want to reward you when they finally get the shit, when they drag it out of you and you act a fool and you act ignorant and you cuss somebody out, or you know, fight somebody, or you're going off, or you're reading a bitch, or you're dragging a bitch. I had to change my conversation now. Hey, buddy. How are you? Put your seatbelt on. I'm on live. Say hello. Put your seatbelt on, Bray, so I can pull off. Okay, you guys, I got to drive now. Braylon, what have I been working on for a whole year that we always talk about?
Your case.
Yep. See, I wasn't lying. My grandson knows about my case. Let me drive this baby home safely, and then I'm going to get on live.